What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only NIO stock, what you should be looking after for the future. I'm also going to do some in-depth technical analysis and give you guys my price prediction for tomorrow based off what the chart is showing and based off what the data is suggesting. I'm also going to break down what the news is saying about NIO and the markets, and also what NIO put on their Twitter page, which is very, very bullish news for the long-term future. Now, before I break anything down, though, before I get into any details about what NIO is doing and how the share price may move for tomorrow, I do have to mention a couple of things before starting. Firstly, I'm not a financial planner. Don't take any of this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Not only benefits me, it benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, the link down below, and deposit $100 into the account, you're guaranteed 10 free stocks, each worth up to $2,500. And the best part is, out of the 10 free stocks, 5 are going to come from the wheel right here, which means that you can win 5 free AMC shares, 5 free Tesla shares, or a mix of all of them. It's a limited time offer. Offer ends in just 2 weeks. Check it out before they run out. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So NIO is up 0.9% for the day, a little bit up in the after hours as well. And so far, this thing is pushing because it really wants to keep going. Now, I do think that the markets are showing some nice signs of improvement. If you actually look at what's going on right here, let me actually find my SPY chart. I think I have it like right over here. But if you look at the SPY, you can see the SPY is continuing to the upside on this uptrend. We are starting to see this thing push even higher and higher, and the market is not ready to subside just yet. So I did predict that we would see the SPY in the 430s relatively soon, and that is what we're starting to see right now. We're seeing the SPY at 429 is where it capped at. We have some resistance at 430, but I don't see this thing just kind of tumbling from here. I still think this thing is going to keep pushing a little bit more until we get hit by some stronger resistance. With that said, I do think the market has more room. Look at NASDAQ, same story right over here. The NASDAQ's pushing up past 13,000. It looks like this thing is going to push up a little bit higher before we see another continuation, before we see some resistance that hits it. And other than that, because the future is, because the market's still looking kind of bullish, I'm still seeing some room for NIO to continue to push up. I'm still standing by my original thesis that NIO is going to fill the gap in that 22.7 level. I really believe NIO will. And I do think it's very possible for NIO to hit the high 22s relatively soon. Now, I'm still a lot more bullish than bearish, but there are other things we have to consider when it comes to NIO. Look at the fear and greed index. The market is almost greedy. The market is becoming a lot more comfortable. Now, the question is, could this all be a trap by market makers? The answer is yes, it is possible, right? It is very, very possible. But right now, I'm not seeing them kind of like rug pulling us immediately just yet. I don't think the market's going to U-turn just yet. I think we have a little bit of time on our hands. Now, a big thing to remember is we do have retail earnings such as Target and Walmart and like Kohl's all coming out this week. So this is also going to be pretty big for the markets. If things are not as people expect, we could actually see a bit of a hit. Other than that, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I still think the market's going to hold up pretty well. And until we start to see those really, really key resistance levels being tested, the market should still be okay until then. So with that said, if we look at NIO, this thing dropped all the way down to that $19 level. If I go back a little more, I don't even need to do that. But you could see this thing was like all the way down to $18. It's been uptrending slowly, slowly, slowly. It came down just a little bit. And now we actually started pushing up even harder from here. So now we're starting to respect a bit of an uptrend like this. We could see NIO is just pushing up and up and up, and it looks like it really wants to continue to the upside from here. Now, does this mean you should just YOLO calls and just think you're going to make money? The answer is that's not how calls should be played. Just to put it out there, not financial advice, by the way, but I'm putting it out there to let everyone know that this thing has immense potential, and I still see more room for the uptrend to continue from here. If we look at this from a technical standpoint, I like to use bigger time frames when doing it. Let me actually hide my drawings real quick. What you'll notice is, let me bring up our MACD, our RSI, OBV. We can see some very interesting things. We're starting to see a big increase in NIO's potential right over here. We're starting to see this nice continuation of the momentum. But one of the things that is starting to happen is NIO is slowing down as it's going up. And this is because as this thing starts to push up, we start to see, a lot of its momentum kind of slow down a bit because of the fact that the resistance is getting stronger. So NIO is showing some signs of kind of slowing down just a little bit, but because resistance is stronger at like 21.5, 22 flat, but that doesn't mean it's not just going to stop from there. I still think it can make it to like 22.7 before getting a big rejection. But until then, I still think we have a little bit more room to continue. RSI picked up. It is dropping down a little bit. The OBV is looking okay. It's coming down a bit too. So that's pretty correlated with the RSI. Not the best of signs. But right now, like I said, I still think NIO has room. It's just that it's going to struggle a bit as it goes higher and higher because the resistance becomes stronger. So what I'm looking at right now is the channel right here between 20.8, 21.5. I think we're going to see a lot of action in this range. I'm going to look for a breakout all the way up to that 22 resistance level. We got rejected off 22 before. I want to see this thing come up to this upper channel, start testing that relatively soon. If we break past that, we could actually be well on our way to fill the gap that was actually made before. So it's looking pretty good right now. I want to see this thing continue to the upside. For tomorrow, this is essentially what I'm predicting. I think we're going to get a big open because we tend to get these like big volume pushes as the market opens and as the market closes. At least that's the current trend. And what I could see happening is this: NIO opens, gets a nice push up. It's going to be testing 21.5. And could it break past that? The answer is yes. We might actually break it past that and get to like 21.7, maybe just a little bit like that. Come a little bit down from there. And we could actually go as high as 22, but I'm just going to stay kind of conservative. Let's just say this thing goes as high as like 22 bucks tomorrow during its peak, just like that. We might get rejected off 22 once the time is right. Start to come down. And we're going to try to hold 21.5 as support. There's no guarantee it's going to hold as well as some people would want it to. And then after that, I still think NIO is going to get a nice push up to like 22. We may not break 22, get a rejection, and actually close around the high $21 level like this. So I see a continuation of the upside. I am predicting another bullish day for tomorrow as NIO is already green in the after hours. It looks like it wants to continue to the upside. Now, when it comes to technicals, they're not all there is to the company. There's also some big pieces of news I need to discuss. So one of the things I already mentioned on this channel that's now being kind of like repeated by mainstream outlets would be NIO is going to enter the US, or it plans to do that by 2025, which is less than 3 years away, which is absolutely incredible. And I think battery swapping that's going to arrive soon is also going to be absolutely massive. Now, what I'm essentially seeing right now is if you look at the way this thing is moving, the expansion to the USA is going to be pretty darn big, as we are seeing them having their headquarters in San Jose for their development of their full self-driving technology and other things like that. So I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I think it's going to be a big catalyst. Now, another thing I want to talk about is how NIO has not confirmed their earnings just yet, but some sources are now saying it's going to be on August 17th. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think there's a lot of confusion right now. This isn't confirmed, but it is looking like a lot of sources are now saying it's going to be August 17th. I'll have to double check on that. If that's the case, I will have a preview of the earnings report. And other than that, I wanted to talk about the last thing NIO put on their Twitter page, which is still very bullish news. NIO tweeted that on August 15th, NIO and the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, signed a cooperation agreement as the partner of Clean Parks platform to jointly protect the environment and embrace the blue sky coming. So once again, a big deal has been signed. To me, it's incredible that they're doing this. They're working very hard to improve the environment, and it's very commendable for their purpose and the growth I see in their future. With that said and done, I want to thank you all for listening. Please have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of your day and get ready for tomorrow because the long-term future is bright. And NIO to the moon, and peace out.